I have sort of built my career on working with women. I do think there's a difference in the female gaze. Something could be sexy, but from a feminine point of view, it doesn't over-sexualize the subject in a way, right? And so I was attracted to that. And I think that women have this sort of like collaborative, nurturing sort of energy, and so there's a lot of relationship building that goes along with it, and trust. It's really interesting because in my generation, everything that you knew about beauty typically is what you were taught by your mother. And a lot of people had mothers who didn't teach them how to do makeup. So, they kind of had to fumble and find their way. Makeup was very individualistic, and so you had sort of your own signature look, so to speak. Now I do feel like it's a little more homogenous, but what I think is exciting is that the younger generation right now are realizing that they are the teachers and anything goes, and they can, just get on their phone and show their techniques and influence somebody else. And it's sort of like this obsession and hobby that has really grown. And it's exciting because it's something that I don't think was tapped into in my generation, like I said. My one thing is that I hope there's room still for those signature looks. I see them sometimes in New York, definitely sometimes in Milan and Paris, but I would like to see that more. How do you feel as an individual, and how are you expressing that? Well, the thing is, the concept of my brand is slow beauty. So we are scaling, but we're scaling, I think, at a slower pace than other beauty brands. The reason being because, again, everything is super thought through. I'm only putting out essentials. I'm not putting out anything that I think is frivolous. I'm making sure that the materials that I'm using are as sustainable to the product and what's available today. I'm doing my best, trying to offer an alternative to what's out there right now, and do it in a way that still feels luxe and desirable and beautiful. I think traditionally, if you got something that was sustainably minded, it might come in a paper packaging. You might not want that, even though you do want to be sustainable, right? So it's kind of like figuring those things out. First of all, I think people will tell you so many things about how to get into this industry. But I would say assisting is a really big one. And don't knock relationships, whether that be with the person that you're assisting, whether it's the photographer assistant on set, or even the production, the catering. It's really just about building those relationships. If you are a joy on set, you will get booked. Don't burn any bridges, because it's all circular. It comes back around. You might think, I'm never going to see that person again because I'm not working on that brand, but that person might be working on another brand that you're going to work on maybe 10 years apart, right? So I would say just don't burn bridges and work hard. And everything isn't about money. Integrity, artistry, I think those should be number one.